to the channel. Today I am going to be testing the Callaway Big Bertha B21 driver and 7-iron. I have the driver in a 10.5 degrees. I'm going to test it with the RCH 45 regular that comes with it as standard. I'm also going to test it with the Aldila Rogue 70X, just to show the difference between what a extra stiff shaft and the stock shaft that's designed for it will do, what the difference will be. I also have the 7-iron in a standard lie. I'm going to test that with the RCH 65 regular shaft. I'm also going to test it with the shaft that I play. I play a Project X 6.5 in my Wilson Staff V6s, so I'm going to test it with this shaft and show the differences. And with these videos, I'm not going to express too much opinion on the clubs. I'm just going to give you hard facts. My opinion of this club would be skewed because it's not designed for me. This is designed for someone who wants to get the ball in the air and be a bit more forgiving. The same with the driver. I'm not going to give you my opinion on what it does for me. I'm going to give you facts about what it does for the people that it's designed to do. So let's get stuck in and have some fun. So the first thing we're going to do is talk about this 7-iron. The first thing that strikes me is the shape, how traditionally Callaway that looks. It's got the classic Big Bertha style, very, very wide sole. You'd notice just in the back of it here, there's a lot of tungsten in there. The proportional weight of the head favours the bottom so much, and what that does is that drags the CG so low, it makes it so much easier to launch and so forgiving. This has the AI face that was derived from the Epic Flash. With the flash face, it has the same kind of artificial intelligence design. It has the urethane microspheres that Callaway have used now for a wee while, dotted about inside the head just to give it a little bit of a softer feel. And it's what you would expect. It's a little bit offset, designed to maybe stop those golfers who tend to hit the ball a little bit right. I felt, and you'll see when I'm hitting the shots, I felt as if I have to aim right to get it to go straight. But that's it doing its job. There's no negative comment there. The club does its job, and the 7-iron is about as forgiving as you're going to get. And to be fair, when I was hitting it, I hit it with both shafts, and it felt better with the shaft that I used, but it certainly did not feel bad when I used it in the graphite shaft. And I can see this being of huge benefit to a lot of people. So I hit about 15 shots with each shaft. This is the graphite shaft I'm hitting just now. The massive benefit for this shaft was the speed. The speed I gained was exponential. I gained at least 3 miles an hour club head speeds just with a shaft change. The ball speed I got was big as well. I believe that the ball speed was at least 2 miles an hour of a difference. So the reason you would put someone in this club is if they want a bit more speed. This is one of the examples. Here I managed to swing this at 99 miles an hour. I would never hit a 7-iron at 99 miles an hour, but I could just with the setup that this gave me. So when I put my Project X shaft in it, the control I gained was, again, I use the word exponential, but the control I gained was huge. This felt a lot more in rhythm, in time, and I didn't actually dislike hitting the shots. This is one of the examples of the shots here. I span it at a reasonable amount. This kind of club is never going to spin as much as my club, but I mean, it did a good job for what I expected it to do. So we are now going to go on to the Callaway Big Bertha B21 driver. There is another version. You've got the Big Bertha Riva. That is the ladies' specific head, a little bit lighter. We're going to test the Big Bertha B21. The main, a few technologies in it. It has jailbreak technology in it, which Callaway have had in now since the Great Big Bertha Epic. That was the marquee driver with that technology. Again, you go back to the iron, but the big thing with this, when you're holding just the head, is the weight of it, where the weight is. I mean, all the weight is back heel in this driver, and that's Callaway dub it the slice stopper. Having the weight so far back and so far on the heel, what that does is that just increases the closure time of the toe. Also, for those that may hit it necky and get a little bit of gear effect out to the right, it's giving you a bit more ball speed there. And it may, with the weight being there, the CG just being a little bit more heel side, keep that strike a little bit more stable, keep the head a little bit more stable through the shot. Again, similar to the irons, I felt I had to aim a little bit right to get it to go straight. That's not a bad thing. That means the driver is doing its job. It's making it easier for me to draw the ball, so I have to aim right to draw the ball. A few other technologies. It's got the flash face in it, SS21 version of that. That's just the slightly newer one, 2021 version. But this driver is going to be very, very popular for those guys that want to hit it a little bit higher and a little bit straighter. If you hit it low right, let's try Big Bertha, because this is going to be a phenomenal driver for those guys. When I was swinging it and when I was hitting it in the Aldila Rogue 70X, you'll see the shots in a little minute, but I couldn't tell. You could have covered up the head and not told me it was a Big Bertha. I couldn't tell the difference between, quite honestly, I couldn't tell the difference hitting that and hitting the standard Maverick. It's just a nice feeling, solid driver, and to be honest, I got a little bit more out of it from my swing than I thought I would. Callaway have done an excellent job on both the irons and the driver. I don't sadly have demo of the fairway wood or the hybrid to hit. I have seen them. Again, they are same story, anti-right, and they will do an excellent job doing that. So let's hit some shots. So when I had it in the regular flex first, when you really hit it off the like out with the middle, you did feel the face twist, but I felt the head fight it, and I didn't hit anything further than 22 yards right. I didn't hit anything further than 18 yards left. I actually hit this more right than I hit it right. Left, sorry. Just a solid driver. I was actually very pleasantly surprised, and probably one of the most consistent drivers in a regular shaft I'll ever hit. I mean, it was spinny, and for me, it was quite slow off the face. This is one of the examples, but I think I found the fairway 9 times out of 10. And then what I found when I put the extra stiff Rogue 70 in was, quite frankly, unexpected. It felt good. It was relatively fast. It didn't really spin. It went a long way. I mean, that hits it wasn't the longest driver I've ever hit in my life, but I genuinely, out of the 7 or 8 shots I hit, I probably wouldn't have missed a fairway. And for me, especially me, that is quite astronomical. This is one of the drives I hit. 2.7 spin, 165 ball speed. A lot of landing angle, but just super consistent. So these are the numbers from my testing. Like I said at the start, I'm not going to give an opinion based on my numbers. Who I would put this club into in a regular flex. Someone who struggles with a right ball. Someone who wants to hit the ball a little bit higher, a little bit faster, a little bit further. This club is going to be perfect. It's a little bit offset, so it's fighting the right hand side. It's a little bit draw bias, so it's further fighting the right hand side. There's so much tungsten at the bottom of this club. It's just going to point up and left, and a lot of people, a lot of amateur golfers need that. It's got a nice wide sole. It's going to be nice and forgiving. All the tungsten's at the bottom. This wins on a lot of fronts for golfers. And would I use it? No. Would a lot of golfers use it? Absolutely. This is brilliant.